We're there, it's done, we've finally made it through. But now the hard work's over and we don't know what to do. For so long now, it's taken all our energy, and we've had no time to think about what happens subsequently. We never thought about the aftermath. Now the need to find direction could lead up the garden path. Who knew that we would end up this confused and dazed, sat waiting for the next bit in a curious malaise. No fanfares, no parties, no great job, folks. Well done! No moment of enlightenment, just another trip around the sun. So here we are, left to our own thoughts at last, in a raging anticlimax that will hopefully soon pass. But then, what next? And how, why, where and when? We're lost without a purpose, so let's start over again. What ho, folks, Thomas Benjamin Wild Esquire here. Happy New Year and all of that. I hope you've had an absolutely fantastic festive season. Mine's been quite lazy, which has been very, very nice. But I am delighted to be bringing Song a Week into 2025 with song number 38, which feels quite relevant, really, because it's about that build-up to something, where you're working on something for absolutely ages, which I'm sure people are building up to Christmas and New Year quite massively. And you get to the point where it's all finished and it's all done, and you go, oh, what now? The massive anticlimax that you reach after finishing a big project or something big. I felt that hugely upon the album release last year, in December. Finished the album, spent ages getting it finished off, got it out there. It's out there for people to listen to and download and all that kind of stuff now. And at that point I thought, well, what am I doing now? And then obviously it was Christmas. And so you've really got to kind of push yourself and get yourself motivated again, and try and work out what the next thing is. I'm sure that happens in lots of other places as well and lots of other work. Definitely when you're doing project-based work, it definitely always feels like that at the end of it. I used to find it when I used to do theatre as well. You come to an end of a theatre run and there'd just be this huge anticlimax after everything. Because you're expecting there to be something massive. You're expecting there to be some big kind of glorious fanfare or payoff, and generally everything just feels massively anticlimactic. I used to find it when I taught at the college as well. You'd reach the end of the year and sometimes you'd have had students for 2 or 3 years at that point, and they'd all just disappear off with no real ceremony, and you'd kind of just be left there sitting, well, that was fun. But then you'd immediately start getting emails about the following year. So in adult life, things never really come to an end in the way you're expecting them to. And then you're just expected to continue on afterwards. So that's the sentiment of this song. Hopefully in the comments you can let me know your experiences of that feeling. So again, I played this song on my Duke 10 banjolele. If you're interested in getting hold of one of these for yourself, you can follow the link in the description below to find out how you can get a discount through that as well, which is quite nice this time of year. Thank you very much for all of your lovely Christmas comments. I'm not going to read them out because it feels a little bit past that time now. Lots of wishings of Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and festivities and all that kind of thing. So very much appreciate that. As I said in the last video, I really appreciate the community that I built with this project. It's a lovely small community, and I'm recognising people's names in the comments now as well. And it's a really nice way of being able to interact by reading out comments and having discussions based on the comments that are put under the videos. So make sure you're commenting under this one. I promise you I will read comments next time. It just felt a little bit weird doing it January with lots of people wishing Merry Christmas. So thank you very much for all of those lovely messages. I'll continue reading comments in the next video. So make sure you're commenting and asking questions because it's always much more easy to answer questions than just react comments. So yeah, get your questions underneath. What do you want me to talk about in the next video, basically? Now, I have been doing this kind of comments bingo thing on the last few videos, but I've completely forgotten to pay attention to that. But making predictions about what the comments are likely to be based on the song that I've just performed. I don't imagine there's going to be any particular negativity over this one, other than some people calling me ungrateful, lazy, and that actually you can't expect praise for everything, or some kind of party and celebration, you big old millennial. There might be some of that sentiment in it. So that's my prediction for it. I very much doubt I'm going to get those comments on here. Potentially on Facebook, though. That's where sometimes those comments you get. Anyway, that's my prediction anyway. A quick reminder of all the shows that I've got coming up in January and February, because I've only got 4. And I'm actually taking a bit of time off at the moment, because next week after next, we're taking the dog on holiday again, which should be good fun. But the first show I have in January is on the 28th, Tuesday, the 28th of January. And that's at the Comedia in Brighton, where I'll be joining Joe Black's Klein's Cabaret. I think that's how you pronounce it. But Joe Black, you may recognise, was one of the first contestants off of RuPaul's Drag Race a couple of years ago. A legend on the cabaret scene. That should be really good fun. So we're doing a cabaret set at that. If you're in the Brighton area, it'd be lovely to see you there. And then on the 31st of January, I will be at the Water Rats in London, King's Cross, playing with Gertrude and Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer. That should be really good fun as well. So it'd be lovely to see you at that if you're in London. Then on the 8th of February, Saturday the 8th of February, I'm going to be doing a solo show in Folkestone at the Old Cigar and Olive. I've not been there before. I've not been to Folkestone before. So that should be good fun. And it's a free show, that one. So it'd be great to see you there. And then finally, on the 22nd of February, Saturday the 22nd of February, I'll be taking the Fancy Chaps to Devizes in Wiltshire to play at the Wharf Theatre, where we'll be playing an extended headline show there because we're the only act playing. Talking of full band shows, I have just shared on Patreon the recording that was taken at our show in December at the Brunswick in Hove. I didn't realise it was being recorded, and then I got a message from Set Mixer saying that they've recorded the whole set through the mixing desk. I basically contacted them back and got the recording from them, and it's a proper mixing desk recording, so I can actually play around with the sound mix and make it sound really good. So I'm thinking of doing something with that this year. I'm not sure quite what yet, but it's a decent recording. But I have shared the whole thing on Patreon. So if you want to hear the full Hove set from the 7th of December with our cover of Always Look on the Bright Side of Life at the end with the Sweet Chunks Band, head over to Patreon. You can get all kinds of exclusive materials on there for a small subscription of around £3 a month. So again, it'd be lovely if you could come and join me on Patreon as well. That's about it for me for this week. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Do keep your questions and comments coming. I will endeavour to read some of them out on the next video. Happy New Year. Here's to another year of Songs a Week. And I will see you next time. Stay safe and toodle pip. Happy New Year.